Have you ever wondered if some relationships actually hold you back as you get older? Turning 70 brings a lot of changes, and one of the most important things you can do for your happiness is to take a close look at who you keep in your life. This video isn't about blaming or shaming anyone. It's about giving yourself permission to let go of relationships that drain your spirit, keep you stuck in old patterns, or weigh down your best years. The truth is, some connections only bring negativity and stress, and learning to recognize them can help you move forward with more peace and confidence. In this video, we'll uncover 5 types of relationships that older adults should consider letting go of to avoid unnecessary misery. Each of these connections may seem harmless on the surface, but over time, they can chip away at your sense of well-being and self-worth. By the end of this video, you'll have the insight and courage to protect your happiness by choosing the people who truly support your journey. Stay tuned until the end, because these lessons might not just change the way you see others. They could give you the freedom to shape the rest of your life with more hope, strength, and self-respect. Number 1. The chronic critic. There's always someone in our lives who seems to find fault with everything we do. As you grow older, you realize that carrying the weight of constant criticism feels heavier than ever. The chronic critic is that person who rarely misses a chance to point out your mistakes, question your choices, or remind you of your shortcomings. No matter what you accomplish, they somehow find a way to shift the conversation back to what you could have done differently. This pattern doesn't just happen once in a while. It's a steady drizzle that wears away at your spirit. Most older adults can recall a family member, friend, or even a neighbor who always knows best, always has a better way, or never seems satisfied with your efforts. What makes the chronic critic so draining is that their words begin to stick. Over time, you start to question your instincts, lose confidence, and even when you know you're making the right choices, doubt creeps in. Criticism, even when disguised as concern, can slowly chip away at your self-esteem. Helpful feedback lifts you up, but constant fault-finding tears you down. A good friend encourages you. A chronic critic makes you feel smaller. As we age, emotional well-being is just as vital as physical health. Constant criticism can lead to anxiety, sadness, or even a sense of worthlessness. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, doubtful, or defeated, it's time to reconsider how much power you give them over your emotions. Letting go of the chronic critic doesn't mean cutting people off cruelly. It means setting clear boundaries and investing your precious energy in relationships that value your wisdom and respect your peace. You've earned that freedom. Now it's time to claim it. Number 2. The emotional drain. As you get older, you become more aware of which relationships truly nourish you and which ones leave you feeling empty. The emotional drain is that person who, intentionally or not, takes far more than they give. Every conversation circles back to their problems, their worries, or their frustrations. You listen, comfort, and advise, but they rarely do the same for you. Maybe it's an old friend, a sibling, or a neighbor who once brought laughter into your life, but now only reaches out when they need something. You might even find yourself dreading their calls, knowing you'll end the conversation more tired than when you began. Over time, this one-sided dynamic erodes your peace and drains your joy. Emotional energy is as limited as physical strength, especially in later years. You deserve to spend it wisely. Letting go of emotional drains doesn't mean abandoning people in need. It means protecting yourself from relationships that constantly take without giving back. It's okay to say no, kindly but firmly, when someone's constant negativity begins to harm your own well-being. Pay attention to how you feel after each encounter. The right people will leave you feeling uplifted, respected, and understood. Free yourself from emotional drains so you can focus on the relationships that restore your peace, joy, and purpose. Number 3. The manipulative controller. Few things damage your confidence and independence more than being around someone who constantly tries to control you. The manipulative controller often hides behind concern. They just want what's best for you. But their advice soon turns into direction, their care into control. They might guilt-trip you, second-guess your choices, or subtly make you feel incapable of handling life on your own. This can be a friend, an adult child, or a trusted companion, and recognizing it can be painful. Manipulation isn't always loud. It's often quiet, wrapped in kindness. Over time, it chips away at your independence, leaving you questioning your own judgment. But your autonomy, your right to choose, to decide, to live freely, does not fade with age. Healthy relationships are built on trust and respect, not control or fear. Letting go of a manipulative relationship can be difficult, especially when guilt or long history is involved. But remember, protecting your independence is not selfish, it's essential. When you release manipulation, you reclaim your self-respect, your freedom, and your power to live life on your terms. Number 4. The Fairweather Companion. One of the quiet heartbreaks of aging is realizing some relationships only exist when life is easy. The Fairweather Companion is happy to be around during celebrations, but vanishes when you need real support. They're there for your good news, not your hard days. Maybe it's a friend who cancels when you're struggling, or someone who only calls when there's a gathering. These relationships can leave you feeling invisible, like your worth depends on what you can offer rather than who you are. It's natural to grieve when you realize some friendships fade in tough times. But psychologists remind us, it's the depth, not the size, of your circle that truly matters. Letting go of fair-weather friends is an act of self-respect. You deserve relationships rooted in loyalty and genuine care, people who stand beside you during the storms, not just under the sunshine. When you stop chasing one-sided connections, you create space for real companionship, steady, patient, and fulfilling. True friends might be few, but they're the ones who remind you that you're never alone. Number 5. The Never-Satisfied Comparer. Reaching 70 brings wisdom and the strength to know your worth. Yet even the most self-assured among us can feel shaken by those who constantly compare and compete. The never-satisfied comparer is the person who always seems to have a better story, a bigger achievement, or a grander success to share. Every conversation becomes a subtle competition. You mention something good, and they one-up it. Their need to outshine you can slowly make you doubt your own joy. Instead of celebrating your happiness, they turn it into a contest. But remember, life is not a scoreboard. You have nothing to prove to anyone. Your story, your growth, your journey, they are enough. Letting go of constant comparers doesn't mean wishing them ill. It means choosing peace over competition. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your success, respect your path, and remind you that contentment, not comparison, is the truest form of success. Final thoughts. As we grow older, our time and energy become our most precious resources. The people we keep close can either lift us higher or quietly weigh us down. Every relationship shapes your emotions, your outlook, and even your health. Letting go isn't an act of anger. It's an act of self-care. It's choosing peace over pressure, serenity over stress, and joy over judgment. Surround yourself with people who see your worth, honor your wisdom, and bring light into your days. Remember, you don't need a crowd to feel loved. You just need the right few who remind you that you matter. Life after 70 isn't about holding on. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing everything that still makes your heart come alive. So, as you sit quietly and think about the people in your life, remember this. You are not being unkind by walking away from what hurts you. You are being wise. You are protecting the peace that you've earned through years of love, loss, and learning. At this stage of life, you don't owe anyone endless patience or silent suffering. You owe yourself peace of mind, soft mornings, and honest smiles. You owe yourself the freedom to spend your remaining years surrounded by warmth, kindness, and genuine love. Let go of the voices that drain your joy. Let go of the hands that only hold you when it's easy. And hold tight to those who bring calm to your soul, laughter to your heart, and light to your days. Because true happiness in later life isn't about how many people stand beside you. It's about who truly stands with you. So, choose peace. Choose joy. Choose yourself. And never forget, you still have time to live freely, love deeply, and shine brightly, no matter your age. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a gentle reminder that it's never too late to protect your peace, honor your worth, and live the rest of your life with grace, freedom, and love.